Ito po ay isang paraan para patahimikin kami. Patahimikin sa pamamaraan ng marahas na pagtatanong doon sa bahay nila, sa House of Representatives.
Blogger by drug money or pogo operators. Nothing to share.
Powerful enemies, nandito ako. Nandito ako and I'm looking at you and it feels so surreal because I look at you and I'm there. Ako yan eh. Ako yan pag meron kaming kino-cover kasi editor ako ng Jaryo. But now I'm here just because I pissed off Martin Romualdez and Judas Ibre.
So magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Trixie Cruz Angeles. Isa po ako dun sa mga binigyan ng imbitasyon ng Kongreso, ng House of Representatives. Mayroong mga privileged speech si Representative Ace Barbers kung saan natawag po kami na fake news bloggers, pseudo-journalists, pseudo-political analysts. Ito ay sa interview. Sa iba naman ay tinatawag kaming narco-vloggers or pogo-vloggers at iba pa. Dahil sa mga naunang mga sinabi ng ating mga kinatawan na nasa Kongreso, naging maliwanag sa amin na ito po ay isang paraan para patahimikin kami. Patahimikin sa pamamaraan ng marahas na pagtatanong doon sa bahay nila, sa House of Representatives. Kung kaya't naisipan namin na panindigan ang aming karapatan magsalita at magpahayag. Dahil kung papatawag kami at paparusahan o papagalitan sa mga sinasabi namin, ano pa ang saysay ng kalayaan magsalita at magpahayag? Pinanindigan namin to dahil ito ay garantisado ng ating saligang batas. Kung kaya't dito sa aming petisyon na dinulog sa Korte Suprema, sinasabi namin, itong proceedings na ito ay paraan lang para pagalitan kami o patahimikin. Nakita naman namin kung anong ginawa sa mga resource persons ng mga Quadcom, ng Quintcom. Nakikita natin na kahit labag sa sarili nilang rules na 10 days lang ang detention ng isang na cite for contempt, nagtatagal pa rin ang kanilang mga resource persons. Nakita namin sa ibang mga hearing nila ang marahas na pagtatanong. At kadalasan, sa halos kawalan ng respeto, lalong-lalo na nung inimbita nila ang ating vice-presidente, ang dating presidente. Alam namin bilang mga ordinaryong mamamayan, hindi ganon kabait, mabait pa ang lagay na yon, ang ituturing nila sa amin. Aware din po kami na masakit ang kritisismo, ang pagsasalita at pagpapahayag namin. Ngunit alam namin na ito ay karapatan. Ang kalayaan magsalita at magpahayag, ang isang purpose nito is precisely that, para ma-check ang pagmamalabis ng ating mga opisyales. Para ma-check ang pagmamalabis ng ating gobyerno. Sa araw na ito, alam namin, tuloy-tuloy ang pagdidinig doon sa kaso na final ni Attorney Vic Rodriguez ukol sa isang ehemplo lang po yun na aming pinupuntirya. Korupsyon, pagmamalabis, pagbabastos, paglalapastangan sa aming mga karapatan. Tayong lahat. Marahil kinatatakutan nila ay yung tinatawag nilang influence o reach ng ilan sa mga kasama ko dito sa lamesa. Hindi po namin kasalanan yun. Kadalasan nagkukwento lang kami, papahayag ng aming saloobin. Madalas yung saloobin na yun ay galit. Galit sa mga pangyayari sa mga panahon ngayon. Dahil dito, imbis na pumunta sa imbitasyon, imbis na pumayag at tanggapin ang imbitasyon ng Kongreso, ng House of Representatives, sa Korte Suprema kami pumunta at nag-file ng aming petisyon. Dito sa petisyon, sinasabi namin, at liwanagin ko lang hindi po ako yung abogado dito. Petitioner po ako. Dito sa aming petisyon, sinasabi namin, itong hearing, itong inquiry, itong proposed na legislation nila, pagdidinig ay isang paraan, hiyain kami, posibleng i-detain kami bilang paghihiganti sa mga sinabi namin. Ang pinopropose nilang batas, maliwanag, labag sa saligang batas na nagsasabing no law shall be passed abridging the freedom of speech. Itong pagdulog namin sa Korte Suprema ay isang paraan para paglabanan namin ang lumiliit na espasyo para sa ating demokrasya. Matagal na tayong hindi ganito. Point out ko lang. For a while, ini-enjoy talaga natin ang malawak na pagkakataon na binibigay ng social media sa mga katulad natin, ordinaryong mamamayan, na nakahanap ng boses, na bigyan ng pagkakataon na mapahayag ang saloobin. Ang ginagawa po ng House of Representatives ay nananakot. Gusto nila takutin ang ordinaryong mamamayan maging critical sa mga nagmamalabis na mga opisyales, sa mga pagmamalabis ng ating gobyerno. Anong gusto nila? Baliwalain namin yung pag nakikita naming karahasan, yung greed na nakikita natin doon sa national budget. Ito na nga lang ang kaisa-isang sandata ng ordinaryong mamamayan, gusto pa nila na paliitin, baliwalain. Nakikita namin dito may imbalance. Ang mga kongresista natin, may power of the purse. Parati nilang pinapaalala yon. Sila ay mga opisyales. Ang sweldo, ang travel, ang bayad sa kanilang mga opisina galing sa buwis nating mamamayan. Mayroon silang power to cite in contempt sa ilalim ng speech and debate clause. Itong parliamentary immunity na ito, gamit na gamit. Lalong-lalo na kapag ordinaryong mamamayan na ayaw nilang pasalitain, ngunit gusto nila. Nakita namin ito sa ibang mga hearing. Sigurado kami magagamit ito sa amin. Hindi kami pinapatawag para marinig yung aming boses, marinig ang aming quote-unquote expertise. Pinatatawag kami maliwanag dahil gusto nila kaming pagalitan. Nang sa gayon, ang ibang magtatahas, ang ibang gugustuhin gumamit ng social media para maging kritikal at pagsabihan ang ating mga opisyales ay mapipigilan. Mapipigilan pati kami. Ang tawag po dito, prior restraint at matinding pinagbabawal ng saligang batas. Ito ay may chilling effect. Matatakot ang ibang tao na gamitin ng social media sa paraan kung saan intended talaga ang freedom of speech para i-check ang gobyerno natin. Sinabi nga ng Korte Suprema, basta ang speech o yung pagsasalita at pagpapahayag ay ginagamit para i-check ang mga opisyales, protected speech yan. Yan nga po yung dahilan para sa freedom of speech.
Yeah. French name. Ayan. There are several revelations today, and it confirms our hunches that the goal of the representative, the joint committee that handled the committee hearing, calling us to appear, to share our knowledge to share our knowledge on matters that were raised by Rep. Barbers last December 4 and December 16. Saying that there are makapili vloggers, narco-vloggers, and vloggers being paid by POGO operators. On December 16, Rep. Barbers called on law enforcement groups to investigate malicious vloggers and trolls and to act on any cyber crime that they would see. It is very clear. If is to silence us, put us in jail, or if not, cite us in contempt, and God knows gaano kami katagal ilalagak dyan sa facility ng HOR. Worse, baka dalhin kami sa facility ng regular jail. And that is something that I cannot accept. Unang-una, yung we are common citizens, but we are not stupid. Power tripper, the House of Representative members in that committee, including Rep. Benny Abante, who, by the way, wanted to, open the conversation of me being put in contempt, being cited in contempt, merely because I mentioned that I have no knowledge about being a paid vlogger by drug money or POGO operators. Nothing to share. And if I have nothing to share, I am of no use to whatever goal that you wanted to achieve in that committee. How can you cite me in contempt if I am just concerned sa pera ng bayan?
Because he can probably tell you na mayroong connection siya sa POGO at saka yung mag-asawang Marcos na yan, yung despicable 2 na yan. Oh. So you see, when the day comes that you will invite me, I will tell you, hindi ako tatakbo. I don't run from a fight, I will dig in. Pero ito ang sasabihin ko sa inyo, members of this TRICOM. I will bring documents and allow me to speak. Because even if that is the inconvenient truth, that is the truth. Lahat kami rito, hindi namin alam kung paano gumawa ng fake news. We only tell what's the truth, even if it is inconvenient to those who are in power. So mga kababayan, tandaan po ninyo, tingnan po ninyo, pag pumunta po kami doon, kinaladkad kami doon, you see how they will treat us. Observe, tingnan ninyo how they will treat us. How they will disrespect us. How they will remove our dignity. Kasi kung gagawin nila yan sa amin, gagawin din nila yan sa inyong lahat, 120 million Filipinos. Ginagawa kaming example to instill fear sa lahat ng Pilipino para manaig sila and they will remain in power for as long as they want. That's how hungry they are. Ganyan sila kaganid, ganyan sila uhaw sa kapangyarihan. All of them. Kaya tandaan po ninyo mga kababayan, nandito kami sa harap ninyo. We are not afraid to fight. In fact, dati, kanya-kanya kaming diskarte. Now, they banded us together. And we will speak with one voice. A voice that will ring in every Filipino's mind. We will fight and we will win.
Good afternoon po. Please forgive me if I stutter or stall because I don't know why they call me a vlogger. I've never gone on live. I always just write. I'm a writer. In fact, if some of you are actual newspaper or publication writers here, I'm one of you. I'm an editor for Manila Bulletin and for Balita. I don't go on social media. I've never gone on live, not once. I've never been on YouTube. I don't have a YouTube. I'm not monetized. I'm a regular person who criticizes the government on my page. But because I've made powerful enemies, nandito ako. Nandito ako and I'm looking at you and it feels so surreal because I look at you and I'm there. Ako yan pag meron kaming kina-cover kasi editor ako ng Diaryo. But now I'm here just because I pissed off Martin Romualdez and Judas Isidre. I just want to share I've been writing. I've been politically aware ever since Typhoon Yolanda hit my province of Leyte. But nobody has ever, and I'm just writing my thoughts because Facebook says what's on your mind. So you write what's on your mind. But apparently, I've pissed off Martin Romualdez and Judah Sidre. So nandito ako ngayon because I have an uncle who is one of their contractors, one of their big contractors. Tapos matagal na akong sinasabihan, tumigil ka na, bumabangga ka sa pader. And the more they tell me that, the more I realize, parang ba't mo ako papatigilin? Wala, kung may problema kayo sa sinasabi ko at mali, then sue me. You have legal remedies. You have defamation, you have cyber libel, the strictest, one of the strictest in the world. Libel, defamation. I've said defamation. So yun. And I just want to say that Martin Romualdez and Tingog Party List has continued to harass me and my family because we're all from Leyte. So they know my family. I just want you to know that because if something happens to me, it's them. Because if Martin calls my place of work, he's that kind of person. Judah Sidre calls my uncles. Because yung isang uncle ko, what do you call this? Contractor says is sa mga projects doon. Sinasabihan ako na makakadamay ka sa negosyo namin. And, parang, I don't know why I'm doing this, to be honest. Because nakakadamay nga naman ako sa kanila. Pero we should all learn to fight for our country. Yun lang. Sabihin ko lang yun. Tsaka, very quickly, I just want to share what I wrote because Dan Fernandez would not read it. So I'll read it very quickly on why, because he dismissed it so easily as freedom of speech. It's not that simple. So I'll read very quickly on why, after careful consideration, I decided not to go. Aside from I know that I'm not going to get a fair, they're not going to listen to us. So first, I am not a vlogger. As I told you, I do not do lives. I do not have YouTube. I only have my Facebook. All my followers there, and DICT can check it, and DI Cybercrime can check it. They're all real. I've never paid for a follower. So, I'm not monetized. So I don't know kung ano yung basihan nila na gagawin kang just because I have followers. Social media vlogger na ako. I'm not monetized. I've never received anything from just writing on Facebook. That's all I do. I just write on Facebook. I don't even talk on YouTube. I am, however, a professional journalist. Ever since 2005, I've been working in publishing. I am currently an associate editor at Manila Bulletin. I'm also the editor of Balita. And what I am is a professional journalist with a social media following. There's a distinction. So, Filipinos, we are protected by the 1987 Constitution, Article 3 Bill of Rights, Section 4, Section 2, Section 18. But an extra layer of protection covers all journalists. The Republic Act number 6713 is a code of conduct and ethical standards saying all journalists have the right to demand transparency. Apart from that, we have the SOTO law, which allows us not to divulge our sources. So with all due respect to the HOR, I would like to say that an inquiry whose aim is to regulate social media is unconstitutional. The reason I did not go is I do not support, cannot tolerate, and will fight against the idea of muzzling free speech. If I appear before Congress, it's like me legitimizing them wanting to regulate us. So I did not appear. Because government interference is a no-no and should not be allowed in the area of free speech. Free speech na nga lang ang meron tayo. Yun na lang ang meron tayo against the abuses of their power. Tatanggalin pa nila. Sasabihin nila, fake news. Kung fake news, kasuhan nyo kami. Meron namang, we have legal remedies for those. So, okay. So I would also like to remind the House of Representatives that power is not forever. The legislation you want to enact now, that whatever you do now, somebody will do to you when you're no longer in power. So be careful how you treat us, because you will be treated like this when somebody else, because I'm sure it will not be you, will be in power the next time. I also take very deep offense that Representative Barbers said that he will invite narco vloggers, pogo vloggers, and fake news spreaders in the hearing, which he has repeatedly said, not just in the halls of Congress, but also in various interviews by media, which done in his home is not covered by his parliamentary immunity. Hindi siya parliamentary immune from saying na narco vloggers kami. Dahil sinabi niya yon during his interview with TV stations. He has already pre-accused those who are invited. So I would like to ask Representative Ace Barbers if he has any proof that all of us here are any of those. Because ano yung karapatan niya i-regulate yung... Because that's his premise that we are funded by narco vloggers, we are narco vloggers, we are pogo vloggers. So in this regard, we will, if he forces us, petition the court for habeas data so that the Congress will be compelled to release any document that show why suddenly he is accusing us of being narco and pogo vloggers. This is damaging to us as Filipinos, as private citizens, and me personally as a newspaper editor, because I've been working for 20 years and not once have I ever been sued by anyone. So, even during the time of Duterte, when I was fighting with people on social media, it was so easy to sue, But I was never sued because I know, hindi ako nag-aral para maging fake news spreader. So, so the term fake news spreader is used liberally by people to diminish the opinions of those they do not agree with. So that's what they're doing now. Without them being checked. Kasi sa kanila na lahat executive, legislative, sana yung judicial hindi. Pero pag party tayo pinatahimik, wala nang mangyayari sa Pilipinas.
Sinungaling. Lahat sila na-demoralize. Lahat sila ininsulto at hindi pinakinggan. So bakit ho kami pupunta? Okay lang ho at na-contempt. Hindi, na-contempt pa po sila. Okay lang hong ma-contempt kung ka-contempt. Kaso hindi. Kaya, that is why we decided to go to court of law, not in Congress. I want all of us to stand up for what our basic rights and freedoms. The recent action of certain congressmen in the Philippines who are attempting to control freedom of speech cannot go unchallenged. We must resist any attempts to silence our voices and censor our opinions. It is concerning to see elected officials trying to limit our fundamental right to express ourselves freely. Let us remember, wag po nating kakalimutan that a thriving democracy depends on the ability of its citizen to engage in open and uninhibited discussion.
I know that because it was done to me, to SMNI, and I was illegally detained by the very same people who were there kanina. Bakit ba nila ito ginagawa? Ano bang hinaharap ng Pilipinas ngayon? The most corrupt budget ng Congress in the entire history of the Philippines. Kakahiya itong Kongreso ito. At anong gusto nila? In a certain case of the Supreme Court, then it was makabangon, if you don't mind, I'm doing it, okay? Makabangon versus Latarga, something like that. This is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court recognizes that free speech empowers the citizens
into a complexity science-based theoretical framework. Makakomento lang po ako. Yung framework ni SAS ang talino ng tunog, Pero ang Kongreso, nagpo-propose sila ng regulatory framework na maliwanag na labag sa saligang batas. Comparison lang po. Hindi ko matiis. Okay. Sorry po. To continue, your committee is supposed to deal with, quote, all matters directly and principally relating to the suppression of criminality, unquote. In line with the stated mission of your committee, I am attaching a copy of 26 Capital et al. Versus Tiger Resorts Asia et al. CA number 2023-0128-JTL, concerning a broken deal case involving a SPAC transaction. That's an intercorporate instrument transaction in relation to Okada Casino. It was decided by James Travis Laster, Vice Chancellor of the Delaware Court of Chancery in the United States. One of the material facts needed to be established in that case is whether Universal Entertainment Corporation, the parent company of Okada Casino, bribed House Speaker Martin Romualdez. In parenthesis, the famous heavy luggage issue. After 5 days of trial in 2023 with testimonies of 13 fact witnesses and 4 expert witnesses and 2,281 exhibits, including deposition transcripts from 29 individuals, VC Laster has established as material fact that House Speaker Martin Romualdez received a, quote, dodgy bargain, unquote, through the intercession of Michelle Lazaro and James Lorenzana, friends of Mr. Romualdez. The pertinent material findings of this American judge is, quote, it nevertheless appears that Lazaro and Lorenzana brokered a dodgy bargain in which they offered to have Romualdez intervene in return for 1, increased control over Casino Coast Board, 2, compensation of $35,000 per month, net of taxes. 3, employment agreements for the local executives like Yip and Van der Sande, and 4, quote, item for Romualdez, unquote. Attached is a copy of the decision of VC Laster, which you can also download from the website of the Delaware Court of Chancery. She attaches the link. As bribery is criminal, I hope you will give this due attention because your committee is tasked to, I repeat, deal with, quote, all matters directly and principally relating to the suppression of criminality, unquote. Thank you. Kind regards, Sas Logando Sasa. Dahil tapos na po lahat ng individuals na magsalita, maaari po tayong tumanggap ng katanungan. May I add one more thing lang po? Kanina, gusto akong ipa-disbar. Sorry. Okay, ganito yun. Sabi ni Congressman Paduano, is she a lawyer? Malamang, kasi attorney Trixie Angeles yung nakalagay dun sa ano ko. But sige, at dahil abogado ko, at hindi daw ako umattend sa hearing ngayon, sa inquiry ngayong araw na ito, patitignan daw niya sa legal ng House kung pwedeng mag-file sila ng disbarment case sa akin. Walang tanong kung ako po ay lumabag sa Code of Ethics ng mga abogado dahil ito po ang grounds for disciplinary action namin. Idinudulog ito sa Korte Suprema. Iniimbestigahan ng IBP. Pero sa kanilang pagsasalita, akala mo sila yung nagpadisbar sa akin. Parang, okay. So, ang punto lang po dito, the only reason na pinatitignan nila yung item na yon ay dahil abogado ko na hindi dumating sa kanilang pagdinig. Dahil walang ibang abogado dito sa mga hindi dumating, naging special target ako. Dahil may vulnerability. The mere fact na abogado ko, apadisbar natin yan. Dahil hindi ko daw sila nirespeto. Ang problema din po dito, ang definition nila ng respeto ay slavish obedience. Hindi po respeto na mutual. Gusto nila, ang sabihin nila, kahit invitation yan, ang basa dapat natin dito ay command. Sorry po, kasi dahil ako po ay gumraduate with a degree in linguistics sa University of the Philippines, ang pagbasa ko din, tulad ng ibang abogado, ay precise. So, pag sinabi po nila kasing invitation, ang iniisip ko, pwede kong tanggihan. Dahil ito ay voluntary. Kung sila po ay nagpadala ng subpoena, ibang usapan yon. Gayunpaman, kinokongratulate ko po si Congressman Paduano dahil ipinaaral niya sa legal ng House. Ito po ay step in the right direction.